Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm going to be talking about the Evercade handheld. Now, the Evercade is a handheld retro games console that has cartridges, as of the old Game Boys and sort of Game Boy Advance and DS. This has actual cartridges, and they are all officially licensed retro game collections. So this is a bit different to obviously the like the ROM dumping handhelds you can get online. That are all from China and Wish. This is a proper official release. Everything's officially licensed, and there's hundreds of games already out for it. It came out July. I'm just getting around to doing a video, so I apologise. But yeah, this is from Blaze, who have in the past made handhelds. But this one, made in the UK, which is great. Well, designed in the UK by a UK company. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a look. So I ordered the all-in collection from Funstock, and that came with all of the original cartridges, all 10 of them, plus the console, and you also got a shiny coin for pre-ordering, and a collector's, not collector's, but a carry case. Says Evercade on it, and like I say, you can see the consoles in there. It fits quite nicely. So yeah, I got this. I think it was about about £60 for everything. Now the cartridges themselves are £15 in the UK, £14.99, and like I say, you get varying amounts of games on them. Some have 20, some have less. It all depends on what the collection is. But like I say, there's 10 out now. There's already 4 up for pre-orders, which are the Oliver Twins collection, Tanglewood, and is it Xeno Crisis? So they're like retro modern games. And then there's 2 Atari Lynx cartridges coming later in the year, so I'll definitely be picking them up. I've already got them on pre-order, but I'll be doing videos when they finally come out. So the Evercade itself comes in this really nice box, and this is the premium pack, which comes with 3 cartridges. It comes with the Atari Collection 1, the Interplay Collection 1, and the Namco Museum Collection 1. So if you buy this package, I think it's about £80, maybe slightly more. It comes with 37 games included on those 3 cartridges, which is fantastic. I'm going to show you what the console looks like. So this is the console here. As you can see, it's pretty big. The D-pad reminds me of a Mega Drive, which is nice. I love it. It's pretty simple. It's got a mini HDMI out, so you can plug it into your telly to play. You can charge it. You can connect it to a PC for patches and stuff like that. Firmware updates, and then you just slide the cartridges in and out. Now, when you first get them, they are a bit tight. Now, this is something that they've said does ease up over time, but I've not had any real issues. I quite like that they're quite snug and they don't go anywhere. And you just slide in like that. In terms of the gameplay, it's all the classic games you sort of love, and they play really well. I mean, I've not had any issues with any of them. Now, there you go, look. Now the screen's about the size of a PSP screen. I've seen a lot of people online using PSP screen protectors for these, so you can get them on Amazon or something like that if you do want a screen protector. Now the only negative I can say about the cartridges, it's super simple. There's a picture, what the game is. It's a bit boring, the menus, but they've shown off for the upcoming ones. They've got much nicer menus, so it is something they're working on, which is really nice to see. And they have stated on Twitter that they may patch in nicer menus for the older cartridges and stuff like that. Sound quality is pretty decent compared to some of the retro handhelds, where the sound's a bit off, especially the old Mega Drive ones where it was a bit tinny. I've not had any issues with this. I plugged it into the telly and I've had no issues at all. It's been absolutely fantastic. And there are rumours they may eventually do a 2-player or an actual physical cartridge machine instead of a handheld, which going forward would be nice, because obviously with 1 player only, can't really share it with the family. Now we're going to look through the games, all of them. Now 3 of these did come in the box, but we're going to just work through them one by one, go through them. So number 1 is the Atari collection. Now this has like 20 games in it, which include like Centipede, Adventure, all the sort of classic Atari games. Dropping it on the table there. And I tell you what I do like the best about these. So this is what the inside looks like. And they sort of remind me of sort of like PSP or PS Vita sized boxes, maybe a bit fatter. But they come with these beautiful full colour manuals with like the controls on and pictures of the games and everything like that. And I think they're fantastic, especially for a collector. I like to have them all along. And the worst thing is they've numbered them all, so you can't miss one if you're a collector like me and you've got like OCD. You have to have all of them in order, so I have to keep getting them, so I've not got any missing. Crafty, but good. Next up, number 2 is the Namco Museum Collection 1. Now, this has stuff like Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Mappy, but it does have Mappy Kids, which never came out in the English-speaking regions, and they've actually translated it for the first time. So this is another good thing about these collections, is eventually, hopefully, we'll get more and more games I have never seen that are sort of shows in for us to play in actually translated language officially as well. Now, some of these they have said all of the games at the moment are sort of like home console versions. Now, obviously, like Pac-Man and that, the arcade versions are better, but they have stated the system is built so it can run arcade ROMs and stuff like that, or builds, and they will be doing some arcade specific cartridges in the probably next year or distant future. And I think they've said they're aiming for like 50 cartridges within sort of like 5 years or something like that. So there's going to be plenty to come basically. And the way they release them, it's sort of like October, November this year. There's 2 cartridges in each month, and they may do another 2 in December hopefully, and it's like 2 a month. For £30 for a handful of games and 2 cartridges, you cannot go wrong at all. Next up, we have the Data East. Now, this has stuff like Bad Dudes, Burger Time, Two Crude Dudes, Fighter's History, Karate Champ, stuff like that, which is pretty good. I haven't played through half of these yet. I've got them, but like I say, stuff like this, Interplay Collection 1. So on this one, it's got Earthworm Jim, and I've played a lot of that. I've showed my kids Boogerman, because it's boogers and they think it's hilarious. It's also got stuff like Battle Chess, Clay Fighters. There's only 6 on this, but even then, at £15 to own all these officially and support the original, like whoever owns the rights and the devs and stuff, is really good. Number 5 is the Atari Collection 2, which has Yars' Revenge on, which is probably my favourite Atari game ever. I have played this to death. Just Yars' Revenge. Nothing else on this I've played really. But it's got stuff like Centipede Asteroid, Haunted House, Wizard, Bowling, Millipede. Do you know what I mean? It's got loads and loads of classics, but Yars' Revenge is on it, and I love Yars' Revenge. We've got the Namco Museum Collection 2, which has Pack Attack Gallagher, Warpman, Dig Dug 2, and it also has stuff like Splatterhouse 3 and Splatterhouse 2. Which I'm sure one of them's pretty rare, and it didn't get a full release, or maybe I'm just wrong, but I've never actually owned a copy, so it's really nice to be able to play it properly. But like I say, the covers are great, aren't they? I love them. I love how they look. Number 7, we've got the Interplay Collection 2, which has got Earthworm Jim 2, Clay Fighter 2, Claymate, and Prehistoric Man, which my wife loves. So it was how I convinced her. I was like, oh yeah, you can play Prehistoric Man on modern tellies. I know you've got it on the SNES, but play it on the go now as well. So she was like, yeah, get it. That's how you do it. Number 8 is the Mega Cat Studios Collection. Now this is a cool one. I've never played any of these games, so they're all sort of like modern retro games, and it's got stuff like Coffee Crisis, which is awesome. It reminds me sort of like Streets of Rage sort of thing. Tans is a really good shooter game, like a run and gun. Creepy Brawlers, Log Jammers. Like I say, there's loads of stuff on there as well. Number 9 is the Pico Collection 1, and this has actually got 20 games included, and they're all awesome. And some of these I'm sure I've never seen a full release. Like it's got Power Punch 2, which was the Mike Tyson boxing game sequel that never got released. Now it's been released. Obviously, it's not got Mike Tyson in, but you can get that as well. So yeah, that's one I've been playing a bit as well. Such a good collection on there. And the 10th cart I've got so far is the Technos one, Collection 1, and that's got Double Dragon, Double Dragon 2, River City Ransom, Super Dodgeball, Super Double Dragon, Super Spike V-Ball, Renegade, and Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. I've only really played Double Dragon 1 and 2 and Super Dodgeball on this at the moment, but it's definitely something I'm going to be playing a lot more in the future. So like I say, that's all the games that are out so far on launch. It's quite hard to get hold of some of them at the moment. A lot of the UK retailers have sold out. Game stock it, Funstock stock it. Funstock's probably the biggest one. Argos, Amazon. And like I say, they have said they're doing a reallocation of all cartridges in August, like a reprint. So if you've missed the first wave, hopefully later this month you'll be able to get a restock and stuff like that before the new cartridges come out. To show you of the storage of I can get 3 cartridges in there and then 1 in the chamber on the machine, so you can take 4 with you just in that with ease, and that includes I've still got the charger cable in there as well. But yeah, overall for that sort of price, I'd class it as a budget price compared to say like a PS Vita sort of price. The amount of stuff you get on it is absolutely fantastic. You don't get a mini HDMI cable in the actual box, so I do recommend at least picking one up on Amazon so you've got something to be able to connect it to your TV if you want to. Now, there has been a few issues, or people have brought valid complaints. Supposedly, if you run the system through a capture card through the mini HDMI on certain cables and certain TVs and stuff, supposedly there's a sound issue and you have to switch off and back on to rectify it. I've never had any problems with my capture card, but a couple of people I have seen online have brought that up. But if you're just playing it like me, you'll have no issues at all. A few people have moaned about the controls. They did a poll before it came out about which control system people would prefer, and they went with the one people voted for the most. But some people don't like that control system. If you don't and you want to revert back to sort of classic, and for me, it doesn't really bother me because I'm dribbling here. That's how bad it is. But for me, for someone who's played very little retro in recent years, other than sort of on modern consoles where they've already changed the buttons, I don't pick something up and immediately know where all the buttons should be. I just want to pick it up and play. So the buttons on the system are in a perfect way as they are for me. But there is a patch out already, and you can just install it for free off the internet, and that will convert the buttons to the other way around. And they're on about making a customizable sort of where you can button map your own setups going forward as well. And there's a few bug fixes. I mean, supposedly there's a couple of games that have got a few glitches here and there, but they've already been pumping out patches left, right, and centre. I think there's been 3 out so far to sort of fix bugs and compatibility and stuff. But I haven't had any of that at all in all the games I've played on it, so I can definitely recommend it. So like I say, this is the Evercade. If you're not super hardcore and you want a collection of games, but you don't want to have every single game, because that's my problem. When I've got 100,000 or 200 games at once on a system, I never know what to pick, and I spend ages just churning through everything. I pick one and I'm like, I don't really want to play this. Whereas on here, they've literally given you a selection of games between sort of 6 and 20 odd to play, and I'll pick one that I think is oh yeah, that really interests me today, and I'll play it. And for people that struggle to pick when they've got so much, when you've got it all in front of you, these are the way to go. Plus they're official, plus they look beautiful, plus they're really great for collectors like myself. And it's great to see official things come in. And like I say, it seems that it's been selling really well, and that bodes well for the future. Other than that, like I say, any questions, if you've got any questions about the system or anything, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll happily answer them based on what I've been doing and playing and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely check it out. I'll put the links in the description below to places you can buy in the UK. Yeah, let me know what you think of the Evercade. Bye for now.